Hi guys, so today's concept I would like to analyze is whether narcissistic personality disorder is the same as schizoid personality disorder. Many people say that schizoid personality disorder is like inverted narcissism, like kind of covert narcissism. I mean, there are a couple of similarities between these two conditions. However, there are key differences that basically place these two personality disorders in a kind of direct opposition to each other. So, if there are kind of contradictory traits, then how one disorder can be the same as another disorder? So that's what I'm going to go through. So, first of all, both narcissists and schizoids, they operate through so-called false self. And this false self is like a defense mechanism against the true self. So basically, it's like a protection against the external environment, against the unpleasant emotions or something that can actually hurt the true self. Second of all, in both conditions, people struggle with feelings of shame. So narcissists cope with that feeling of shame by actually getting narcissistic supply from other people, so they can get a confirmation that they are not inferior, but actually they are worth of something, worth of love, worth of approval of other people. And schizoids also struggle with feelings of shame. However, they are embarrassed or ashamed of their true self. They are ashamed of revealing their true self to other people, and they prefer to just hide, not for the reason of insecurity or superiority, inferiority, or anything like that, just for the sake of showing their true self to another people. And this display actually make them embarrassed of themselves. If that makes sense. And the third big similarity between these two conditions is basically that both schizoids and narcissists, they got a kind of unstable self-image, unstable sense of self, but that there's different strategies that these people use in order to cope with that. So these are three main similarities between schizoids and narcissists. However, it's not really enough to decide that, yes, one condition is like another condition. And there are key differences that place these two disorders in direct opposition. So the very first trait that places these two disorders in a direct opposition is that although both schizoids and narcissists struggle with relationships, they struggle for entirely different reasons. Basically, narcissists will do everything to have a relationship with other people, but these relationships will be initially fake. However, narcissists need other people in order to gain that narcissistic supply. Narcissists will do anything. They're gonna abuse, cheat, lie, anything that it takes just to obtain this narcissistic supply. If that means that they have to be in relationship with other people, they're gonna do it, although it might be a little bit fake, because narcissists cannot really relate to other people. In contrast, schizoids will adopt exactly opposite strategy. They're gonna avoid relationships. They don't like to be close with other people, because by being close to other people, they're gonna be in a vulnerable spot to be objectified by other people. And as I've mentioned in my previous videos, schizoids' biggest fear is to actually be objectified by other people. What I mean by that is to be objectified or depersonalized by other person means that the other person relates to you like an object. So he or she will not consider your feelings. He or she will not consider your willpower or your wishes or your needs. So basically, that's the biggest fear of schizoid, and that's what prevents schizoid to be in close relationship to other person. So it doesn't really relate to feelings of inferiority or superiority or insecurity like with narcissists, but basically the fear is based on not being treated with respect by other people. not being treated as a person by other people. That's their biggest fear. So as you can see, it's a direct opposition. So I don't understand how people, like as an example, Sam Vaknin says that a narcissist, if he cannot gain enough narcissistic supply, at some point he's gonna turn to schizoid mechanism, and he's gonna retreat from social interactions altogether. And surely on the behavioral level, like on objective, observable level, sure, that's a schizoid mechanism, because when a narcissist retreats, he's going to cut off everyone. He's going to just live as a hermit without any interactions. So yes, on this level that we can observe, it's a schizoid mechanism. However, not really on the deeper psychological level. You know, I don't think it's really possible to become, to shift from being a narcissist to being schizoid, because it's like you would have to reverse your whole nervous system. You would have to basically become quite the opposite person. You would have to start using completely opposite mechanisms to form your self-image. Because what happens is that narcissists' self-image is based on how they appear to other people, how other people judge them, how other people treat them. And in opposite, schizoids' self-image is based on being by themselves, and in turn, the relations with other people actually destroy that self-image of a schizoid. Or at least there's a potential for that. It depends on how much schizoid a person is. So again, to shift from being narcissist to being schizoid, it would probably take years to reverse your psychology, to reverse your coping mechanisms, because you would have to learn completely new stuff. So it's not like you can just shift from being narcissist to being schizoid. As a final point that I'd like to make is, it's not really fair towards people with schizoid personality disorder to say that, oh yeah, narcissists can at some point shift towards being schizoid, because what happens is that when you describe something as being schizoid, where in essence it's not really schizoid, then you just hijack a term, and people will mistakenly use this term to describe a condition which is not really the condition that originally comes from this particular word. So as a summary, narcissism and schizoid are two different conditions, and although they share a lot of common traits, many similarities, they are not the same, and they hold key differences that place them in a direct opposition one to another. Thank you for watching.